Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. You may ask, you may be asking now, why are you speaking English? Because I have here Eliana Pilinzi. Am I pronouncing your surname correctly?
Absolutely.
Pilinzi. Eliana Pilinzi is here with us and she will be speaking about University of Hertfordshire, which is a great university. I actually myself I have been there. I visited you guys, I'd say it was back in July or June. And I did a few videos over that. It was a great experience. It was really good to see the campus
Mhm,
and the structure you have. And
mhm.
we will be talking about master's degree at University of Hertfordshire in United Kingdom in a general manner. Welcome, Eliane. Thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm very delightful to be here and talking about the University of Hertfordshire. And I'm really impressed with your university. And as you said, you joined and you saw our facilities and everything. So everyone who has visited the university, they are very impressed with the facilities and the space we got. We have
Yeah.
two campuses which are amazing and they offer almost everything for the students.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. The campus, I was impressed. The magnitude of it. There is a
Mhm.
bus line inside, and the bus line that goes from the campus to the train station. It's amazing. I really, really love it. But can
Exactly.
you can you give
Mhm.
us an overview of University of Hertfordshire? Tell
Mhm.
people Hertfordshire University. Can you tell us a little bit more about the university itself?
Yeah, so University of Hertfordshire, it was set up in 1952 as a technical a college, and then they become a polytechnical, and then in 1992 become a university. I mean, most of the
Hmm.
universities in the UK, they were like polytechnical first, and they become university. It is a university that, as I mentioned, that they offer so many, not just the program. We have a lot of program, hundreds of programs to offer to students, either masters, research, or bachelors. But also as the nature of the university is like it's a pampering university. They take care of the students and the student needs, when especially for international students, because as we know, they do have a difficulty, starting the university, adapting, etc. So everything is set in that way that it makes easy for the students to adapt in the university life and also in the UK.
That's
So
Yeah, no, go ahead. Go ahead. Keep talking.
yeah, so we have a lot of programs in masters from engineering. We have from business, medical, not medicine though. Medical programs, education, nursing. So you name it, we have it.
So that's good. Yeah. So it's a great range of courses. That's just
Absolutely.
so basically every area of knowledge, if I'm not mistaken, apart from like as you mentioned,
Mhm.
medicine, but like the medicine course itself, but you have a great range of courses,
Yeah.
and yeah, and the city, like the city or the town is called Hatfield, but
Mhm.
where is it located in you and in the United Kingdom? Is it near London, far from London? Just give a geographical
Yes. So
point
it
to
is,
people here.
believe it or not, it is 25 minutes from King's Cross, which is the main station in London. So students can commute. We have students that they commute almost, not every day, but when they have classes, especially for master students. 25 minutes is a small town. We have the university itself is based a little bit outside of the town. It's residential. And the most important is affordable
Oh,
compared to London.
yeah, no, that is a really good point. Just to let you know, guys,
Yes.
London is one of the most expensive cities in the world. But that's a thing that many people don't really understand. I used to
Mhm.
say there are two UKs within the UK. There is London and the rest of UK. Lo-
Absolutely.
yeah, London is a UK apart, where prices are much higher than the rest of the country. It's glamorous. It's amazing. You can earn more, like as a professional in London, but there
Mhm.
are other areas in London where you can actually eh, pay much less, and that is important. And even these has an impact on the visa as well, and the financial proof. Like if
Mhm.
you study in London, and then if you study outside of London, out of a
And
25.
25, yes.
Exactly. So you have to prove different money to immigration. Am I correct on that?
Absolutely.
That's
That is
people.
correct. Yes. Yeah. But it's
Exactly.
not only that, it's the accommodation, but it's really important. The accommodation for students, it's much, much, much affordable.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been living in London for since I moved from Greece, and I start working for the university, and I can see the difference. It's a huge, huge difference in the student budget.
Yes, I know. Yes, that makes a great
Mhm.
impact.
Mhm.
For you who are looking for more affordable prices, like the town of Hatfield, then you look at Google Maps, you know exactly what it is. It's not far from London. It's very
Not at
near,
all.
as Eliani has said, it's 25 minutes from London, straight train. King's Cross is the main station in London where the train goes to. Am I correct? No.
They have several ones. So they have King's Cross, they have Moorgate, and St Pancras. So depending on student preferences, but the commute is absolutely amazing. There are trains every 15 minutes.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's see, and if you get a job in London, which
Mhm.
I will speak later, we have a few students actually, few students that I'm had the privilege to place at University of Hertfordshire, and then they are actually working and they are based in London. We can speak later about it, but there are great advantage over there. And my question is, like, I work mainly with Brazilian students, and why Brazilians should consider investing in coming to the University of Hertfordshire.
Mhm.
Why would that be?
Yeah. So we have a really good reputation in terms of ranking. We have a high ranking per program, so
Hmm.
per course. For example, economics is the eighth in the UK.
That's good.
Formula One is third in the UK. Formula One, it means that engineering with sports automotive.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So we have a lot of ranking in terms of the program. So we give the students a high, teaching experience. We are based in Hatfield. However, Hatfield start becoming a business hub. So there are
hmm.
lots of companies coming in moving to Hatfield. We have a lot of car industries there
Okay.
based there. So we are working with these companies and offering students internships.
Oh,
So it gets a part of this. The as I mentioned that is affordability and safety as well.
okay. This is good to hear. So, do you have like does University of Hertfordshire have many connections with the local industry?
We have a dedicated team, the career
Hmm.
team,
Hmm.
who finds internships for students or
Hmm.
later jobs, for example. And they have a list of all the companies that we're working,
Hmm.
and they help students to get an interview
Okay.
in these companies. Yes, because don't forget, in the UK, even for an internship, you need to go through an interview.
Yes, no, this
And
is
you
good.
need to get ready for that interview.
Yeah, and internships, are they paid
Mhm.
internships?
To be honest, not all of them. So
Hmm.
the company, depending on the company. So some
Okay,
companies they pay just the commute or the
okay,
lunch,
okay.
and some companies might pay something more than that, or some companies might pay nothing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
So everything would depend, but it is a great idea to be inserted in the market. Am I correct?
absolutely, absolutely. We encourage. I mean, students that I personally talk, I always encourage them that you need to do an internship. Don't look if you're gonna get paid or not. Just do internship. It's
Okay.
really important.
This
Yeah.
is important. And tying to that, few of my students actually have been admitted into work placement programs.
Hmm.
They is slightly different from internship. Could you enlighten us in terms of what are the work placement programs?
Hmm. So the work placement program that will work closely with the lecturers, right? So we will know from the beginning the placement. So the student will do 1 year, for example, if it's a master. Usually it's the master programs with placement.
Mhm.
They will do the 1 year teaching, and then the second year it will be a placement. So students will work with the university, with the career team, as I mentioned,
Mhm.
in how they're going to organize themselves to find that placement.
Okay.
It's a
And
collaboration between the university and the student as well.
so it's a collaboration between students and university. What about the company? Is the company also involved in this process as well?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. Because yeah, they need to know that because the placement it's not just 1 week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. It's longer than that. So the
Yes. Okay.
company are involved on that process as well. But of course, it's a little bit later. So students need to get involved first with the career team, and then with the company.
Yeah. No, it's. I have a few students. Just to give you a background, a few students who have done work placement, and some of them they actually earned about 25,000
Mm-hmm.
in during the work placement. Uh, just for Brazilians, Brazilians are not used to annual salary. In
Mm-hmm.
UK,
Mm-hmm.
salary are measured annually, so it's not like monthly as we are used to it in Brazil. And yeah, it's 25 grand is a considerable salary for a student, especially those that comes from IT background. So like companies
Mm-hmm.
are able and they are willing to invest in these students so that they can afterwards when they graduated they can get into the job market and that
Absolutely.
it's more facilitated for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love.
I mean, it's about in the UK, it's about the experience and getting experience. As much as experience the students can get, the better. So that's why when they study, is even if they do an internship, they are studying a master, for example. Even if they do
Mhm.
an internship, is a plus when they start searching for a job.
No, that's great. And do you
Mhm.
have by any chance any employability rate that you could tell us about, uh, especially for international
Mhm.
students? Do you have any data on that?
So, as a university, we have a 96 employability rate.
Wow,
This
that's
is for
quite
the
high.
international. Yeah, it's really high.
For
And
international,
for
96%.
international students, yes, 96%. So
96%.
yeah, so we're really, really happy on that because it says something about the university, how good it is and how helpful it is for the students, the teaching quality as well. And hi.
I just being invaded by my daughter. Yeah.
Cutie pie.
She doesn't know that I'm doing a live. This is Sophia. She's here.
She's gonna be our future student.
Yes. Sophia is
Hi,
bilingual.
Sophia.
She speaks English and Portuguese. And she's looking at me. Are you speaking English?
She's very, very cute.
Thank you very much. Ma'am, I so
So
going
back
back
to employability rate,
back
yes.
to employability rate.
So the employability rate, as I mentioned, is 96. So students, after 6 months of their studies, they find a job,
Yes.
or they might continue their studies as well.
So 96% is
Mhm.
higher even the national average. If I'm not mistaken, the national
Yes.
average in UK, according to HESA, is 88%.
Mhm.
This
Yes.
is really, it's really
Yeah.
good to hear that.
Because
Wow.
we have that element of employability in our courses, and so they have so during their studies they have a lot of guest speakers, for example. They know what to expect. They do the internship, as I mentioned. They do lots of company visits, so they do have that kind of touch of employability nature.
Wow. Wow. See, guys, like this is the place to be. The best investment, as I used to say, the best investment you can have is
Mhm.
education. And then if you want to live abroad legally and have a clear path to employability, visas, work visas later on, you have great chances to do so through education. And this is great. And now let's talk about how can a student apply for a master's or even undergraduate.
So they can apply. So there are several ways. One is online, and one is through you, so you can help them. And then what we're gonna need is documents such as passports, certifications. Academic requirements are qualifications. For Brazilians, we will need 6.0 in their bachelor
Yes.
and English language test.
Okay. So do you guys you have your own English language exam as well?
I would say kind of.
Okay.
We
Oh,
have kind of.
and
But
how does that work?
we accept like IELTS, Cambridge, TOEFL, Pearson, Oxford International. So we accept quite a few of them.
Okay, so you were very flexible in relation
Very
to the
flexible. Yes.
in the exams as well. So
Yes.
that's good. And how strict are you on the motivation letter?
I think we are okay. We are okay, but we would love to hear from students, describing what they have done, for example, in their university, what they are passionate about, just to describe their aspiration, why they want to study in the University of Hertfordshire, and how the program that they have chosen will help them in their future career. So we
Okay.
would like to see what kind of students what kind of students the student is, let's say.
That's good to hear. I'm
Mhm.
sure like our students they do their best to put their motivation letters together. I help them. If you need
Mhm.
help with your motivation letter, talk to me, send me a direct on Instagram. I can
Mhm.
help you, I can guide you in that regard. And about that, about application, still an application. What is the best time to submit an application? People
Mhm.
need to realize this.
Yeah, so the best, we accept application from October. For example, for 2024, September 2024, we have already opened our applications. But I think the best time is January and February, and
Okay.
maybe March. But then it starts like getting a little bit more narrow because we have deadlines, etc.
I know.
Yeah.
I see. That is very important because earlier you apply, better chance you have one to be admitted, and also about discounts and possible scholarships that we're gonna touch this
Yeah,
later.
exactly.
And
And another thing that I would like to stress out is that the university places, they fill up quite quickly.
yes, especially regarding IT courses.
Yes.
I remember like a robotics a few years back.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
couldn't get places to someone to do robotics. Um, like popular courses, especially courses we mentioned about work placement programs
Yes.
where
Yeah.
you can earn quite a good amount as a student. So it's important for you to submit your application as early as possible.
Mhm. And
That's
we don't require all the documents, right? Because I know that some students will not have, the final grades from their bachelor, right? But at least we need an application and a few documents such as the motivational letter, the passport, and a reference from their lecturers.
okay. So that is important. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's quite standardized across universities.
Yes. Yeah.
But one thing I highlight here is very important. So these are the requirement, guys. However, it takes time to prepare those documents. In my experience, it takes about 6 months. 6 months for students to have it or to have them ready, all documents. It takes time to put the letter together. It takes time to even to get academic transcripts. It can take a while, but just be prepared that it may take a while there. This
Yeah.
is really this is really good. It's good to hear about the application. And one question I have, and this is I work with many students in Brazil who have a degree called technologist. Basically in
Mhm.
Brazil is considered an undergraduate degree, but abroad is not an undergraduate degree.
Mhm.
However, does the university accept experience as means of admission, as a way of admission? How does the university play in that?
So we work with case by case.
Okay.
Right? So we need to check the student's document, what they have done, what kind of job they have done, because we don't consider experience working in a cafe, let's say.
Yeah,
Right? For us,
no.
that is not an experience. So
Yeah,
yeah, so what we do is that we go case by case.
that's important. What I meant by experience, I'm talking
Mhm.
about professional experience.
Yes.
I had a student, one of my first students actually. She didn't have a degree in accounting,
Hmm.
but she had 15 years working as an accountant in
Hmm.
Brazil, and she was placed at a master's degree, an MSc in UK. So
Yeah. That's
it is
That's why I say that it's case by case. So we
yeah.
will take case by case all the applications that we get for, if the student doesn't have a degree, for example, but they have a work experience, or they have a degree and work experience as well. So
So
we need
that's
to check the application in a holistic way.
yeah, exactly as I
Yeah.
used to say. So it's the expression "faca de dois gumes" in English is catch 22. Okay, it is you guys. You are unique. You need to understand that. So one rule doesn't apply to all. It applies to you, and we can check your documentation, check your experience, and give you advice on your eligibility. That's great, 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 great stuff. So now talking about employment, we spoke a little bit about it, the
Mhm.
connection with the industry. What about scholarship? What can you tell us about the scholarship at University of Hertfordshire?
So we do have scholarship for master students, and we have a scholarship. We call it like early bird, which means that if students pay the fees by March, for example, end of March, so they are going to get like 2,000
Hmm.
of that, and for bachelor students, they get 1,000 or 1,300 per year. So they do have a really good scholarships.
And is there any? The only criteria is to make the payment by March. Is that
Yes,
the
end
only
of
criteria?
March.
By the
Yes.
end of March. and
Yes.
then the student may get 2,000 off their
Their fees.
tuition fees.
Yes.
And in comparison, like as you are, it's very important because people don't
Mm-hmm.
understand the difference among fees in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Does University of Hertfordshire have competitive fees in comparison to other universities in London?
We do have, I think we have a really good fees at the moment for September 2024, where we are somewhere in the middle. I mean, for master programs, they can start from 16,000 to 18,000, depending on what master students would like to pursue. Business, maybe some business programs, they are 16,500, I think. And for bachelor programs, they are 15,500.
Okay, that's good
Mm-hmm.
because again, we are talking about the UK.
Mm-hmm.
These fees are very affordable if you compare to other institutions in UK, which may not have the same level of employability, but
Mm-hmm.
the location. Sometimes you have this fee, and the fee is in London, and then and these universities in London, you end up paying more
Mm-hmm.
because of the location.
Well,
So
we are, to be honest, we are quite lucky because we offer both worlds, right? So we offer the residential, the university, campus based, but also the student life in terms of London life, right? Because we are so close to London. 25 minutes, it's nothing
oh yeah.
for the UK.
Exactly. But the same, people here used to live in São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, Recife, which are really huge cities, and the
Mm-hmm.
commuting time is really, really long.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nothing. São Paulo, for you to come from the south to the very south or to the very east of the city to city center, it may take like an hour and a half easily. But
Okay.
exactly. So 25 minutes from Hatfield to downtown London is nothing in comparison to what people go through in São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro.
To be honest, it takes me longer to go from my home to central London rather than King's Cross to the university,
Yes,
which
I
is
know.
like, I live in London, so, which by the way, I'm planning to move to Hatfield.
To be closer. Wow, thank you very much, Eliane. It was great. So many questions have been answered
Mhm.
here from our students. I'm sure like there will be more once like this video is available for everyone. Is there
Mhm.
any contact that people can contact you, Eliane? How can people contact Eliana?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I we have the international email, right? So, do you want me to write it somewhere, or I can give it to you and then you can share it to
Yes,
the
yes,
rest? Yes.
you can give it to me. So,
Mm-hmm.
so if you want to speak to the guys at international department, you can speak to
Mm-hmm.
me. Put your email down there, write it down, and let us know. We will help you to be in touch with University
Mm-hmm.
of Hertfordshire. So, guys, thank you very much. It has been a pleasure to have you here. People are watching us on Instagram, here on Facebook, on LinkedIn, across all platforms. And this live will also be on Spotify, but there won't be a subtitles. I will try to insert the subtitles later on. So that to facilitate, to make life easier for all you Brazilians. But it's a great opportunity for you to learn the English language. Thank you very much. May the Lord bless you. See you next time.
See ya, guys. Bye bye.